Well, hello and welcome to Bowtie Life, where we talk mostly about life in the garden. I'm Bowtie David, and we live here in Destin, Florida, Zone 9B. And today we are recording garden tours for March of 2024. Hey, Bill! And we're taking our first looks after being out of the country for about a week, or at least out of state. We did get out of the country on a small cruise and enjoyed ourselves and had a little bit of a break. And coming up, of course, after this will be another part 3 of the garden tours, the raised beds, and more seed starting videos. We've already started the seed starting stuff, and we're going to do more of that. But yeah, so the first looks here, I have not been out here at all looking around, so everything that you're going to see with me for the first time in a month, some of this is going to be as much a surprise to me as it is to you. And a lot has happened, and I'm trying to not look. Okay, yes, Mrs. Bowtie yelled at me the first time. That was staged, by the way. But be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And as we document everything that's going on, videos do come out here on YouTube first. Those of you who have subscribed, we just managed to get to over 800 subscribers yesterday. Very exciting. You people are my heroes. So glad to have you along in the garden. You've really made Bowtie Life what it is today. Thank you. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. So just to explain a little bit about what this is, I have not seen what's happened here. Now there's not a lot growing on this area, I don't think, that we're going to be going around the outside of the backyard. I am kind of interested to see the bees and how they're doing. They have been having some nice weather, and I've been seeing them flying around the blueberries like we saw at the end of the first part of the garden tours. I haven't even looked at the blackberries right behind me, and I'm trying to resist looking at the blackberries over in the raised beds right now because I want to have it all first view with you this month. And that being said, we do have this map of the property. We do have a 1/4 acre property, 100 foot wide, 106 foot deep, that we're growing a lot of food on. And I'm having fun playing in the garden out here. This is right now it's my hobby, and I've enjoyed developing these beds and growing things to the point where they are today, and we have more planned for the future. This map is going to be in the corner of the video, showing you exactly where in the raised beds we are, so you can kind of get an idea of where on the property we are as we go along here. So let's get on with it and take a look at things where they stand right now. So of course the first thing we look at is these blackberries that were growing behind me that have a bit of green on them, but I am noticing there is a lot of stuff coming out. Like right here, you see that little growth point right there? It is just starting, and every single growth node has new growth on it. So I'm very excited to see that this thing is going to have a lot more on it this year. I'm still new to blackberries, so I'm kind of learning what I'm doing here. If I look up further, you can see there's good leaf growth, and pretty soon we're going to be seeing buds forming on these. Now this is not going to be my first crop of the year. In fact, look at this one right here. If I can get around that, there we go. That thing is really growing strong. Not sure what exactly that's going to be, but it is developing everywhere. There are just new little growth nodes all over these blackberry plants. I'm very excited to see what happens here. I am still learning blackberries, so I am not a pro here. I'm just following along with the progress. Again, wait and see. That's what I'm trying to do this year. Wait and see what happens in the garden. So the pomegranates here, I do need to trim off these suckers around the bottom. I only want them to have a few trunks for each plant, and we will be addressing that here pretty soon However, if you saw the first part, you saw that pomegranate out front is really starting to bloom. Well, this really isn't blooming like that. I see there's a little tuft of a couple of leaves up there just starting to come out. These things are just getting going, these pomegranate trees here. There are 4 of them in a row here. Last one is over there on the end. And the Goji Berry plant is kind of a tangled mess. I should get in there and pull some of those weeds. It is looks a little bit ugly, to be honest. Got to do something with that. Now this pomegranate over here, now this is a sucker. It's going to get cut off, but it does have some, oh, there it is. Some good green growth on the tip of that. I'm going to be cutting all that off. These suckers down here are kind of sapping from the main branches here, and I think the main branches is where the better fruit will be developing. The fountain has not been getting watered because it looks like the spigot that's supposed to be there has, oh my, what happened here? The whole thing fell off. Wonder how that happened. There we go. Okay. Now that'll start getting watered again. I'll bet everything in here is dry, which would be no surprise. I need to get in here and start cleaning this up. This is one of these days I'm going to figure out how to get nasturtium to grow out of this and be beautiful. We'll see what happens. Back of the blueberries, of course, we saw the front of the blueberries, and there are bees all over them. They're starting to bloom. This backside blooms a little later than the front side, so it will be coming along slowly. The bees are all over them, though. They are just covering these plants. Every single bloom is going to be hit. Now, we're coming over here to the bee box, and we're not really sure what is happening. I did see a post from, okay, so I do see a bee flying in there, so there's still some life going on in the bee box. Not much. This is a declining beehive, and Jeff Chesser just posted not too long ago on Local Destin Honey about his first hive. It was a huge one that he caught, and hopefully we'll be getting a new hive this year. I need to set up another set of bricks so he can put a new box next to this box, and we can develop a new hive back here. This was a very good hive. It served us well for coming up on 3 years now. Oh my goodness, I can smell this thing here is covered with flowers. This is on the neighbor's property, and there are flowers all over it. I'm standing about 15 feet away, and it is aromatic, highly aromatic. Yum. That is nice. Okay, so the Cathedraloupe. We are going to have to address the Cathedraloupe this season because I really want to grow lots and lots of cantaloupe. And we will be getting this cleared out, get the weeds out, getting the water lines taken care of in a way that we can actually mow and weed eat around here when we want to. The bee bath, of course, is going to be moved. It looks a little dry. I'm not sure why that is. We've had a lot of rain. I don't think it's sprung a leak, but it could have. It's an old bird bath. I'm going to be moving it over here. As I've said several times, one of these cool mornings I will get it moved, and it will have a new home. And the turtle bath down there, we do find turtles. In fact, if you saw the turtle on the first part of this garden tour, here it is again. That was just such an awesome find to find a baby turtle like that. But I have these turtle baths all around the property so they can have a place to get their water from. Now, is this one of those really prickery things? Yes, it's a little prickery. Ow, yes, it's very prickery. So, wonder what that is. I need to find out what that is. Okay, so that's the Cathedraloupe, looking rather austere right now. The bee box is really being quiet. I'm walking cautiously over here. Oh, wow, look at the elephant ears starting to come back up. This original one here is starting to shoot out more leaves. This thing is going to be huge this year. Can't wait to see how that does. There's another one over there on the other side of the bench. I should move this bench now while I can get to it. Been meaning to move that forever. Coming over here to the fig trees. And this is one of two. This one here, you can see like the one in the front yard, it is starting to leaf out. I can actually see, is that possibly a fig? Look at there. There's a little fig right there. Oh my goodness, that is so cool to see. A couple of those. And then back here is actually the very, very first fig tree that I planted here. And it is, wow, full bloom. These are actually from cuttings from a tree of a friend of mine. And I took 25 twigs from his and stuck them in the ground. 8 of them sprouted up and I kept 3. This is the first one. Second one is there to the left. The third one is up in the front yard, which we saw in the first part. Coming around here. Okay, so coming around here to the Loquat Hedge that I'm hoping to develop. And on our last month's video, I actually trimmed the tops of these out in the hopes of getting more branch development so we can have more of a hedge here. And if you'll notice, look here and look here. This one's really coming out strong now. The little branches are starting to come out. And this one here, 3 strong branches coming out here, the ones that I wanted. Oh, there's a bee sleeping, or it was sleeping there. Coming over here, you can actually see there's a strong branch growth right there. This one looks a little stronger. A couple of these look pretty strong. This should be developing into more of a hedge here pretty soon. I just realized I did not get water on these. They look a little peaked. I need to be sure and get some water. Fortunately, it has rained a whole lot, so they have been getting some watering. The lemon trees over here. Lemon trees are looking decent, I guess. Lots of new growth on that branch coming out. This is after they suffered from our Christmas freeze of 2022. They are still recovering. This one in the pot is having trouble. So we will be developing this into our pumpkin patch all through here, as is my neighbor just on the other side of the fence. We're going to be growing the same type of pumpkin together. And he said he's got some sunchokes planted somewhere out here. I didn't quite understand where he was saying, though he does have a new bed over there, I see. We'll have to ask him what he's doing over here. A bag of mint. I believe this is peppermint, and it needs to be cleaned, and you've seen me cleaning the mint bags out. This thing is just so ready to get broken up into different pots. So ready. Mint is very easy to break up like that. Another brown turkey fig tree over here. It is just looking so strong. The afternoon sun hits back here, and this thing is going to be beautiful. I'm hoping we actually did get a brown turkey fig last year, so I'm hoping to get something good from that this year. Past the brown turkey fig is going to be the Luffa arbor, and I have the seeds pulled out. Nothing is planted, but what I do want to show you here, this is that horse bedding compost, okay? And look how all the wood chip looks like mulch on top. Now, I haven't leveled this at all. It's just dumped in here left. I didn't want to disturb anything. Wanted to let it go, do its thing. But if I just pull back a top layer of this dry stuff, you can see, not very far down, it's moist. Look at there. See how dark that is right there? It's got a lot of moisture. Hadn't been watered very well because I have not arranged watering in this area yet, and I will be doing that. But the Luffa will be growing over this whole thing, and maybe take over some of our chain link fence back here. So coming around here to our Jasmin, which is looking a little worse for wear. I need to address this and get this thing perked back up. It had a string around the tree, and it looks like it has probably just had a bit of nature abuse here. we'll have to get this thing wrapped back up and maybe redirected up the tree. Oh, here's one of my neighbor's birdhouse gourds. Put that right there. Isn't that cute? He grew those last year. That's awesome. Okay, so the big tree. Yeah, the big tree, I still have not trimmed it. You can see it's got some larger branches up there now. I need to get up there and break all those off because we are not letting this thing grow again. It is a trunk that has a lot of problems, and I'll be honest, this is really beginning to manifest bad problems a lot sooner than I anticipated. There's rotten wood right underneath here. The lightning strike actually came down this side right here, and we have rotten wood in there that the woodpeckers have been picking at. So I don't know how much longer this thing is going to last. You can see all the woodpecker work going down this side. Wood pile, of course, still here. Everyone knows how lazy I am. There you go. Evidence. Coming around here to the corn patch. The corn patch is another one of those areas that we will be planting here pretty soon. Oh, looky here. Here's a turtle bath just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Not sure how that got left there. But the same exact thing. You can see these lower levels down here are all moist. Top levels are dry where the sun shines on it. I don't have to go but 1/4 inch and we're down to wet stuff. So I'm hoping this will be good for the corn. I'm basically allowing this to compost just a little bit more before we finally get the corn planted. There's another bag of mint in here that has a whole lot of clover going on. I'll get this thinned out, but there's this is peppermint, I'm pretty sure. Sure smells like it. We'll get that broken up. And more pomegranate trees. Now these get a little more sun than that first set of 4 trees in this part. And you can see in here, there's a lot of little leaves coming out already. So this is on the south end of the garden, and the sun shines down on these really strong. So I'm seeing lots and lots of good growth all over the place. Now these are the 4 pomegranates that I'm not touching, except probably this one here, which I'm presuming is on its way out. Also, it is overshadowing one of my last lemon trees right here. So I kind of want to, well, look at there. There's new growth here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to wait and see. That one dark branch over there looks pretty bad shape. That one may have to, maybe the one to have to come out. It looks really diseased up there and dying. Comfrey is starting to die back a little bit, getting ready for the new generation of leaves. I didn't know it did that. That's interesting. This huge rosemary that came with our house is still growing strong. I still cut off it. I take cuttings from it and start new plants. We have lots of new rosemary plants all around the garden from this one plant. So I'm going to try to keep this thing healthy as long as I can. Of course, our extra pots along the south end of the back garden. Not much going on here. This is some kind of a decorative grass. More aloe in here. I'm hoping this will actually come back, but I see that, that doesn't look good. I'm hoping there's going to be some more development down in there. If not, we'll be cleaning out some of these pots. You can see aloe in this large pot here, of course. And I don't know what this is, but it's overshadowing a lemon tree underneath there. Now, last time I had something overshadowing my lemon tree miraculously came back, so I'm probably not going to touch that. This is another decorative grass that I can't name off the top of my head. I'll see if I can write it across the bottom of the screen. But hopefully this will develop here with beautiful little flowers. If it does, then I will be breaking this up into 2 or 3 different pots. Spearmint over here, and then a pot of chocolate mint back over here. More aloe. This is my favorite aloe that actually blooms a red color. And it's one of my favorite ones. I want to try to nurture some of these into better plants. So this is another set of backup loquat trees that I have been nursing along. There's some grass in that one right there. I'll have to get that out. But another 9 loquat trees. If anybody local wants one of these, just get hold of me. Let me know. Compost, not much different. I am getting ready to start a new compost though. This stuff will be the beginning of my next compost. These two will be combined. I think I'm going to go ahead and combine some of this in with it, so maybe we'll have empty bins before long. So there you go, a really quick look at the outer beds of the backyard. Really the highlights for this one was the bees and the loquat hedge, and seeing the early developments. I want to be sure to keep a close eye on what's going on with those as they grow, because I want to know how they grow and how they will become a hedge. So in the future, I can do it again if I ever need to. Some of the tasks that's coming right up this month, I will be working on that Cathedraloupe, so we can get a lot of cantaloupe growing, the Luffa arbor, and the corn bed we will be working on. And of course, the compost is going to start getting used in the garden as well, so that we can start growing things and get things nourished, new stuff growing. But yeah, that is just about everything in the outer beds. I know it was a fast one. Got something in my mouth there. I know it was a fast one, and just not a whole lot going on. We are literally on the cusp of things happening back here. Thank you for following along today. Every time someone watches, it helps our channel grow. Those of you who have subscribed to Bowtie Life on YouTube, you are my heroes. You have helped make Bowtie Life what it is today. It is very exciting that be able to announce that just yesterday we broke the 800 subscriber mark, and we are working hard to grow our channel to the next level. As many of you know, at that point, in the next level, we can start doing so much more, and that's just going to be an exciting time. For those of you just finding Bowtie Life, this is my own personal journal of the progress in the garden. That's why I do one every single month, and I can go back and do research, figure out what I'm growing, see progress, see how fast things grow, all that stuff. And it helps me learn in the garden. My ADD brain, I've tried journaling, I've tried photography, I've tried apps, I've tried a number of things, and my brain just can't keep it up. But these videos, when it comes time to record these videos, I get excited, and then I watch these videos regularly, because sometimes, a couple times a week, sometimes I'll be having these videos play on the TV while I'm getting ready in the morning, and it reminds me of things that I need to do. And so for me and my brain, these videos are really helpful. There is a bird tapping on a mirror over here. Looks like a female cardinal, maybe. Anyway, that was interesting. So be sure to subscribe to Bowtie Life on YouTube so you can keep up with everything that happens in the garden as I document all I can. Another way you can help grow the channel is to click the thumbs up on this video and share it on your social media, maybe with friends that are just looking for hope and signs that spring really is coming. It can be a long winter in some places, and I know some of you still have snow on the ground. The Targhee Stick of Truth was buried under several inches of snow this morning. It looked like at least 16 inches, and the buildings in the background had feet of snow on them. So, some of you still have a little ways to go. Fortunately, here in Destin, Florida, it comes a bit sooner for us, and we're very blessed to have that. So yeah, there's our first look at everything in the garden. I haven't not looked. Gonna have to trust me on this. I have not looked much in the raised beds. Of course, there's not a lot growing right now. I am kind of hoping, yes, it was a female cardinal. I see her over there in a frisbee taking a bird bath. I am hoping that we get some volunteer Everglades tomatoes. I did leave several fallen tomatoes in the area, so I'm hoping some of those grow on their own and we can get an early start on those. Those Everglades tomatoes here in Florida, mind-blowing, blew my mind. Tons and tons of produce. That's everything though for the outer beds of the backyard for March of 2024. Stay tuned. At the very final closing screen on the right side, there will be links to the first and third part of this month's videos. Well, the third part will be there if it's out yet, but you can use those links to get to those, or the whole playlist of 2024 garden tours will be here in the lower left-hand corner. And be sure to subscribe, which will be the link in the upper left-hand corner. I'm tired. I'm going to try to record a third part, or at least part of it today. Have a blessed day.